Hey everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing good and staying safe. In the previous video, we took a look at DHCP option sets where you could bring your own DNS names for all of the resources that you launch within your VPC. And you can visualize your entire corporate data center as well as the VPC network as one single network. So let's take a look at manage prefix list in this video. What if you had a use case where you would like to go ahead and handle a lot of IP addresses, but which would serve a common purpose? For example, let's say that you have a lot of developers within your organization who would like to do the same action of probably SSHing into a virtual machine. Or let's say, for example, you have a set of IP addresses for behind your VPN. And you know what? All of your developers, when they connect to the VPN, they would get this set range of IP addresses, but it would serve the same purpose. And I would like to collaborate this or aggregate this and manage this as one single entity. How can I do that? I can go for something called as manage prefix list, where I go ahead and create something called as a prefix list. And I can club all of my IP addresses over here to manage them as a single entity. So let's say, for example, I give the prefix list name as my developers SSH. And I can say that the max number of entries, but remember to yourself that this max number of entries can only be done once. You cannot change this after the prefix list has been created. So I'm going to go with 20 as the max entries. And once I go with that, I can add as many number of IPv4, or if I choose IPv6, I can go with any number of IPv4 addresses over here, and I can specify the description. So let's say that I'm going ahead with 10.0.1.0/24. And then probably I'm saying that this is from subnet 1. And I'm going to add a new entry, probably a range of public IP addresses. And I'm going to say this is the IP address of my developer Adam, or this is the IP address of my developer Bruce, whatever it may be. I can add as many number of entries. And where this is useful is, let's go back to the security groups, which we studied as the second layer of security. In my security group, let's go to the same web server security group that I created. In the inbound rules, I can edit the inbound rules and add a new inbound rule for SSH and state that it can come from this particular prefix list by referencing the prefix list over here. So all the set of IP addresses in my prefix list for all of my developers, probably the public IP addresses of all of my developers, I can add it to a prefix list, manage it as one single entity, and add it to a security group rather than adding each and every individual rule of 1111 IP addresses. I would add just one rule pointing it to the prefix list. So in this way, I can manage. So probably I'll just remove this. So in this way, I can manage a lot of IP addresses that serve the same purpose as a managed prefix list. But you can see that AWS has already given us two examples, which we will later use when we study something called as VPC endpoints, that they already have a prefix list for S3 and DynamoDB. So when you take a look at the S3's prefix list entries, you'll be able to see that these are all the IP addresses from this particular Singapore region, which probably you can use to access the S3 service. So, or probably these are the gateway IP addresses for accessing the S3 service. So AWS has already created some entries for us in regards to accessing S3 and DynamoDB as prefix list entries. And you can create your own customized prefix list to manage multiple IP address ranges as one single entity and reference it in your security group and so on. Okay. So I hope you got the idea of a 10,000-foot overview into what prefix lists are all about. I'll catch you in the next lecture where we take a look at VPC flow logs. So see you. Have a great day. Take care, guys.